It's Hot Mike with Hutton and Withrow, where daily we discuss the National Football League and the push for the postseason. In the AFC, plenty of teams trying to jockey for positioning. In the NFC, well, the best teams in the NFL with the Philadelphia Eagles and San Francisco 49ers.
Well, hold on, Hutton. Not just those teams, but how about the Detroit Lions is one of the best teams in the NFL? Other shows may not mention that or talk about it. We will.
We are on board with Detroit. Subscribe to the podcast. Join us each day for Hot Mike with Hutton and Withrow across the Outkick Network. We discuss the NFL, college football, and the top headlines from Outkick.com.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the T-Moz Boss Show. And in today's episode, Kanye, honestly, man, like, because I'm trying to think, have I done a Kanye? I feel like I've done a Kanye episode already. And, like, that's the thing. It's like, I don't want to do, like, another Kanye episode if I already did a Kanye episode. So let me just see real quick. I did say Adidas needed to drop Kanye, but I don't think I overall had talked on, like, I did like an extra saying that I was done with Kanye, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'll talk on. Well, I'd figure I'm like, all right, I'd start the podcast episode and things, so I might as well go on with it because otherwise I'm gonna be up the whole night trying to do an episode on Kanye and it's gonna stress me out, leave me upset and things. But anyways, let's overall talk on Kanye. Let's because I know I did say I was done with Kanye and that Adidas need to drop Kanye. But is this the end of Kanye's career and stuff? And me personally, if people were to like ask me like overall, do you think that this is it? Like, is this the end of Kanye? I don't think it's overall because Kanye, I feel like it's just one of those like legendary names where it's like you ain't gonna never forget it and things. And even if his career, if his career was to end, people are still gonna check. It's gonna be kind of like a MySpace situation. Like people are gonna check and see like, you know, what's going on with it. But they ain't gonna be there for long and stuff. So for those that don't overall know like what's been going on with Kanye, if you haven't really been paying attention to what he's been saying a lot of crazy things and he's been doing a lot of crazy things. But I mean, this is going all the way back to like some years ago. I mean, he's always have like been that person where he's going to say some crazy, wild, and outlandish stuff. And I remember at first, like, it was stuff that we could agree on, you know? Like, I feel like Kanye was kind of be the voice. He was the voice of the voiceless, and now he's like the voice of just whatever. And it even has gotten so bad to where Donald Trump has even said that Kanye is being way too crazy. Donald Trump, literally the man that was in charge, okay? Now, my thing is this, because Kanye has said that he wants to, like, be president and all that stuff. I highly doubt that will happen. I feel like that there are people out there where it's like they know. Like, Trump, on the other hand, he tried to make it seem like that he was, like, this all-around American guy. I mean, he is, but he's one of those like Americans where you can't really trust them in things. And when you have somebody like him saying that Kanye is too crazy, that's when you know, like when you hear a crazy person saying that another person is crazy, yeah, you know that individual is crazy. Speaking on Kanye and stuff. So that, and then I think they say he was also saying some like messed up things about Jewish people, then the White Lives Matter situation, the Pete Davidson situation. I mean, all these things that's been going on with Kanye. And then there was like this thing that went down where he was showing Adidas executives a porn video, and it's like trying to talk about like, oh, this is how you guys are, what you're doing to me, you're cheating me and stuff. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, no, honestly, like that, it's those type of things where people will use the most like left field example and they try to make it seem like that it is equivalent to what they are going through or dealing with. They're trying to make it at least equal or whatever you want to call it. But it's like, bruh, what does that porn video have anything to do with you and Adidas? Like, it's on, because here's the thing that I see a lot from when they're interviewing or talking with Kanye, they're always sitting down and listening. And maybe they're just shocked by how crazy he is, or maybe they're scared. honestly, if it was me, I would be sitting down and trying to really understand that man and talk to him, because I feel like that's the thing. When you see a person that's in such a vulnerable state, I feel like that's how it is for it with a lot of people, where it's like you're kind of scared to, approach them or say anything, because it's like, honestly, think about it. Like, let's say, for an example, you're in downtown Seattle, right? You see a crazy homeless man. He's having a fit, going crazy, throwing things, like just losing his mind. Unless it's like some authority figure that's going to be there, even then, they're not trying to sit down and talk with that crazy individual. No, what we all do is walk on by. And I feel like that's what's happening with Kanye. Is like people are literally just walking by, like all of the crazy and wild and outlandish things that he's doing. It's gonna come to a point in time where he does something that's so crazy that even he's gonna, like, I feel like he's gonna do something that's so crazy, he's gonna sit down and like see what he did and see that, like, wow, I did not know that I was capable of that. And it's gonna be a thing where it's like he is going to lose. Well, I feel like that he's already has crossed that bridge with people where people don't want to be cool with them no more. I mean, you have it where Jaden Smith doesn't want to be cool with them. Kid Cudi doesn't want to be cool with them. I'm pretty sure if you ask a lot of other people, they don't want to be cool with them either. It's like he literally was cool with Donald Trump at one point. Donald Trump sounded like he don't want to be cool with them. So yeah, it's like Kanye, I honestly do feel like that we are seeing his final few days as who he is. And the thing is this, like, I know people probably ask, like, do you think Kanye could make a comeback? And that's one thing that did cross my mind. It's like, what if he's doing this to, like, completely 100% like destroy his career just so he can show people that he can come back from all of this? And that's the thing where it's like, maybe he could, maybe that is possible, but why? Like, I like sitting down, I can't remember if I was thinking about this yesterday or the day before or whenever, but it's like, why go through all that trouble if you know that you just gonna end up being a good person all over again? Like, it's something like that I don't 100% understand, and I would need somebody to explain that to me. Why would you go through all of that trouble? Like, for what? What is it doing for you or for anybody? It's like that. It's things like that where it's like people want to make things into like a test experiment. It's like, what is the gain? Like, what is the achievement out of that? You're not getting a trophy. You're not getting like any achievements. Nothing. Like, people they're not going to trust you. Like, I would like to hope and think that he understands that if that's what it is, but it's like, I honestly truly believe that Kanye has gone crazy. Like, that man is just, he's on some nutty behavior right now. And the thing is this, I'm like, and this is something where I've talked on it before, and I'm like, I guess a part of me somewhat understands, because I can, like, at least I can't put myself in his shoes, but I can say that I'm in a similar set of shoes where on, talking on the situation with him and his mom. Now, I don't, I there's like really not too much I can say besides like how I overall feel about, not overall how I feel. I'm trying to like think of the words, but it's like, I don't want to say something that's going to come out as like disrespectful and things, but me personally, I think that if Kanye's mom was still here, he wouldn't be carrying on the way that he's carrying on. Because I feel like if you have, because I think him and his father wasn't really all that close. So the closest parent he had was his mom. And when you watch that documentary and you seen how close he was with his mom and stuff, it's like his mom was his support team. And I feel like when you lose that support, and it's like a big amount of support too, yeah, I feel like, it's going to be tough, for a person and things. And so, the thing is like, because I'm close with my mom too, and I feel like that, I don't think, see, that's the thing though, it's like, I can't really tell what the future holds for me. So, I would like to hope and think like that I wouldn't carry on the way that Kanye is carrying on. But if you like mentally going through it, like you just don't know what the future holds for you and stuff. And so, That's one thing where it's like, you got to ask that question. It's like, what was going through? It came off as like Kanye was kind of like, different in things prior before his mom's passing. And then afterwards, it just really, went like haywire for him and stuff. And, yeah, overall, it's like, seeing like just like that's one thing I would recommend, though, is like people watch his documentary, because I feel like you'll get like a better understanding of who he is. And I didn't even finish all of the documentary. I think I had said this before. I didn't even finish all of it because it was just kind of like, well, now you like, you were here. Like, I feel like, cause like for those that overall like know Kanye, I feel like probably a lot of people, if you've paid attention to his career, because I feel like there was a lot of things that I didn't overall know about his career, and it was more so like earlier in his like earlier days, kind of like in that era where like Yeezus era, where he came out with that album and stuff, where it had like not Yeezus, but My Twisted Dark Fantasy, that time frame, and I think Yeezus too. And it just seems like now, like, seeing how much he's trying to be involved with, like, social media, and then seeing what he's overall doing. And it's like, okay, I got to that part of the documentary, and I was like, well, I don't need to watch it because I kind of already know what happens and stuff. So, yeah, it's like, my thing is, like, I was more so expecting the happy ending, but, like, when you see what's going on and stuff, and it's like, I don't see how anybody can be happy about this outcome and things. So, yeah, but it's like, it did overall show, though, where it's like his whole, like, just him, he changed after his mom passed. And the thing is this, like, I know, like, after, because I can't really compare, like, my depression with his depression. I feel like, yeah, overall, like, our depressions are not, his is, like, another form and things. And it's, like, not overall talking on, like, who he is, but it's just like what he went through, his like traumatic experience and stuff. But I can't say like it does, like, depression does like change you, when you go through it. And that's like one thing where it's like it changes you into a way where it's like here's the thing, I feel like when I went through my depression, like back when I was in high school and back a couple of years ago, it kind of like, I feel like, a couple of years ago when I went through the depression stage and stuff, I kind of was like just using the notes that I had took from the first time I went through depression, and was like trying not to go back down that route and going back down that path. But I feel like in still some aspects, like that path was, kind of like presenting itself, and it was there. And, yeah, and it was like, just being like antisocial. What else? Like, yeah, it's just overall, it's like, that's like what depression, but that's what it does. And I'm like, I was like, I remember back before, it's like before I had to say I started going through depression. Yeah, it was like, I wasn't antisocial. I was chill with family, chill with friends, always wanted to hang out with people. Went through depression, it's like it kind of puts you in a state of mind where it's, at least for me, it put me in a state of mind where I just didn't want to be associated with nobody and stuff. Like I didn't want to like, hang out in groups. I didn't want to do nothing. I was like, just antisocial, just all around and stuff. So with Kanye, it's like I guess like I'm trying to like find the, or not find, but kind of like try to like decode the DNA of his depression and try to like figure out like what's going on, like what's, and it's a head hurter, man. It's like, you trying to figure that stuff out because it's just a part of life, and it's like, it's a part of life that I don't want to experience. But that's the thing where it's like, you don't really know what life holds in for you and stuff. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I kind of just want to like find the answers to just kind of like help him, It's like, the thing is this, like, I don't want to I know a lot of people are closing the door on Kanye, rightfully so. I mean, it's like when you see overall what's going on, what he's saying and what he's doing, it's like, yeah, closing the door, it's like it probably would be a better option. But me personally, it's like I want to say something or do something to help Kanye. And it's like, and if it's, putting out videos, I mean, yeah, it's like, I said what I need to say about Kanye. I really don't respect who he is right now as a person, but at the same time, I understand, like where he's coming from. So it's like kind of like two sides to it, where it's like there's one side that understands him, and then there's one side that's like, I understand, but at the same time, it's like that ain't right. You know, it's like that is not right, and it's far from being. And it's like that's, and you know, maybe I do need to watch these interviews where people, it's like they, you know, talking with them and they're like, you know, maybe trying to help, but it's like if ain't nobody trying to help and you guys are inviting him in for these interviews just so you could get a crazy episode. I feel like that because no, just recently I guess like he appeared on some guys like show, but the episode had got taken down because of what Kanye was saying. And I feel like that if it would have been a situation where whoever it was, whoever that guy is that was like, you know, interviewing him, like if he didn't, then that's what he should have did, where he was like talking with Kanye and you know trying to overall like get him on the right track of mind. But if he's just sitting there listening, just watching them act crazy and stuff, then yeah, it's like, well, that's why the episode got taken down, because it was like, yeah, it's, you know, it's like he's saying some crazy things and y'all just allowing him to have a platform to say crazy things. And it's like, that's not what that's for. It's like, if you're going to use your platform, it's like, use it for good. Like, actually try to, like, you know, sit down and talk with this man. Like, I don't know, maybe there are people that has tried to behind the scenes. If they did and he's still carrying on the way that he's carrying on, then yeah, then it's like, you know, Kanye, he had a good career, but you know, he messed it all up with what he got going on now and stuff. So, but yeah, hopefully, maybe, I don't know, one day it might all change and he might act better and things. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, well, this is I ain't gonna do none of that promo stuff because I feel like it's kind of a serious episode. So anyways, thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.